We know that AI is the machine that is powering the market. Here's what I want you to understand, that you're better than a lot of people on Wall Street. Wall Street short sellers, meaning they bet against the chip stocks, lost 92% of the trades trying to short AI and chip stocks. Meaning they was in short term, they was in puts, they was betting against it. 92%. But guess what? I'm about to tell y'all something. Guess what? A lot of your retirement plan was in that. A lot of y'all pension funds, a lot of your 401ks was tied up in that. They don't know what they doing. They don't know. You as an individual investor is more powerful than a hedge fund. Yes, they got more money than you, but they got their money because they pooling it together. How powerful would you be if you had the tools that we teach every week on this show and you pool your family's money together and y'all start playing a game for 5, 10, 15, 20, what happens when this become a generational occurrence? Yo, how much are you putting in the fund? How much are you putting in the family fund? We start making this, what you call this, a necessity. It's a prerequisite. That's the word. That's the one I pull. Hey, I went got it. Prerequisite. That's it. I went pulled that one out of there. Pulled it out of there. It's a prerequisite. It's mandatory. It has to happen. Stop thinking they better than you. Stop thinking somebody better than you just because the appearance of them being said authority. I'm not better than y'all. I'm equal to y'all. My goal is just to give you the information. My goal is to provide you with the tools so that you can play the game the way it's supposed to be played. That's my goal. I ain't better than y'all. Why do you think I show y'all my portfolio every week? I want you to play the game, but I know one thing. I want you to see that I am proof that the game is winnable so that you can see that the game is winnable. I want you to hear the language and say, damn, I relate to Trap. I want you to hear the verbiage and say, damn, he's speaking my language. I want you to see what I'm doing and say, damn, if Trap could do it, I could do that too. Why? Because relatability becomes the tool you use to have accessibility. The relatability lets you know that this is accessible to you. The relatability makes you now say, I can do it. The relatability, the verbiage, I can understand what, I'm not better than you at all. Most of y'all finished college. Most of y'all got good jobs. I stopped going to school in the 10th grade, man. The problem is we've been indoctrinated by a system that is systematically put together to make us lose. Now, I'm not telling you about having a job. I'm not telling you go be an entrepreneur. I'm telling you, you need to change that playbook to a wealth building playbook. And the wealth building playbook says I can use my job to leverage my wealth so I can buy back my freedom. Like, we the only one do a live show with this much production. Like, we bar none, we just different. We not in competition with nobody.
To see somebody that looks like us talk about stocks, because I had never seen that before.
You know, we buy during the drought, and in recession is the best time to buy.
I feel a whole bunch of wealth up in here, y'all.
Someone who gives me raw and uncut information.
I know how to break down a company. I know how to invest.
Being a more confident investor.
That Wall Street does look like us, no cliche.
I would no longer fertilize my fears.
That financial trauma has to be broken. We got to understand that we are more than consumers.
One share at a time can change your life, change your life.
What we doing? What we doing?
We're printing money, baby.
I think over the last couple years, just being in America has made everyone realize that there's no such thing as job security.
It's time to take accountability. It's time to be responsible. It's time to make the sacrifices. It's time to put in the work, because this time it done got worse. Because this time ain't no saving you.
Wall Street looks like everything on Pittsburgh, man. Stop playing.
The wealth building playbook says, if I'm gonna start a business, then I gotta learn how to take a portion of my business money and tie it into some assets over here in the stock market to help me build my wealth. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you gotta be the greatest entrepreneur. I'm not saying you gotta be, you gotta leave your job. I'm saying you can retire early if you get some new tools. And what I am saying now is, now you don't gotta go hundreds of $1,000s in debt for your kid. You can say, by the time you were old enough to go to college, we can let these stocks pay for your college. So now we ain't $1,000, $100,000 in debt. Now we can change, we can start playing the game different if we got new tools. Evolution comes with more knowledge, more accessibility, more tools, but most importantly, execution. But you can't execute in a game where you don't understand the plays that's being run. You can't execute, watch this, you can't win in a game if you don't understand how the pieces on the board is designed to move, not how you want them to move. If you get in front of me on a chessboard and you try to play checkers with me, I'm gonna bust your ass. If you get on a chessboard and you know how to play chess, you can strategically go to war with me. And if you strategically go to war, guess what? There's a good chance you could win. Because I'm not better than you. I may have more experience, but guess what? A diligent hand builds wealth. Consistency at the game, being diligent in the process of learning, being diligent in taking the L, being diligent. I remember playing my old head in the pen. The dude beat me for 6 months straight. But the 7th month when I whooped him, he saw me about to win. He said, something ain't right here. He looked at it. I knew I had him because he just looked at the board. He did this. I said, I got it. I got it. If you play the game long enough, the losses come with the game. The cuts come with the game. The bruises come with the game. A diligent hand builds wealth. Stay in the game. It's winnable. The most important part of the game is the learning curve. It's the most important part of the game. The lies you have been told, hear me well. The lies you have been told cost you a lot. The lies you have been told cost you a lot. But the interest you pay on those lies for believing them and buying into them, you will pay on them for generations. The lies you have been told cost you a lot. It costs you a lot in the form of what you believe. It costs you in a lot of the form of what you feel like you can accomplish. It costs you a lot in the form of what you teach your kids. But the interest you pay on those lies, you will pay them for generations, because not only do you pay the interest on them, you teach your kids the same lie and they start paying the interest. And then they teach their kids the lie and they start paying the interest. And then they with a girlfriend or boyfriend, they start sharing the same lies, they paying the interest. Now they go Christian the grandchild or the godchild and they paying the interest. And now everybody paying the interest on the lies that you bought in the beginning. So the interest is worse than the principal on them lies. At what point do we say, yo, I don't even want the lies no more, I'm good. I don't want that in my house. I'm good. We don't want that dirty money. We don't want that dirty money. Let's go, man.